Hello everyone, welcome into the Paper Pumpkin Escape. It is March 1st, Tuesday, and you have clicked buy Just Stamp with Anna Marie. Tonight is the first day of the month, so we are unpacking the previous month's kit. And I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes to see if I have anyone joining me today. I just realized it is most unfortunate I picked the strangest time to come in and share with you. It's the first of the month, of course, but it's also 6 o'clock. And right now there is another event going on that I know a lot of people are gathered around their television sets to watch, maybe, or maybe not. It all depends on what how you want to relax this Tuesday night. So I hope I've got some visitors joining me. If you're here and you're watching, please click buy. Let me know that you're here. Comment with just a hello and tell me where you're from. And let's see if we can craft together. So, as I said, it's Paper Pumpkin, the February kit, Safari Celebrations. Let me click over and make sure that I'm in the right spot. I haven't seen any viewers popping in yet. So I also realize, as I said, it's unfortunate timing. Or maybe not. I know a lot of people like to watch the replay instead. You have a little bit more flexibility that way. And I am just double checking. I think I'm going to pop up in my own feed. And there we are. Yep, we are here. As I said, let me know you're watching if you are managing to click buy at this 6 o'clock hour. I decided to come on a little bit earlier because I know when I wait for 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I have some stampers who join me from across the country and it's a little bit late for them. So I decided I would come earlier before dinner hour in my household. But today, like I said, there's a big conflict in programming. It's okay. If you're catching this on the replay, just let me know you clicked buy. I'm going to go ahead and start opening. And if anyone joins, please comment. As I said, this video obviously is going to be here on Facebook, but it'll also be posted over on the YouTube channel so you can watch and craft along with me then. So here I've got my Paper Pumpkin box. I'm going to confess I opened it earlier today because I wanted to see what I was working with. And I have to be honest, this kit is not my favorite. And I'll tell you why, because it's not my style. But then I had to remind myself that I'm not always crafting for things that I like. I'm crafting for things that will brighten other people's days as well. And while I typically like to use more soft images, more flowers, even more puns, this little one with the characters, the safari characters, it's more juvenile, tailored, I think. But that's not to say that I don't have occasion when I need a juvenile birthday card. And I certainly don't want to run down to the card shop or the supermarket or wherever it happens to be to get my cards that I'm going to send off. So this kit will suit that need. I also have some alternatives to offer you. So maybe you don't need 9 juvenile celebration cards. We'll see what else we can do with it. So again, if you're watching, make sure you comment and let me know you're here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. This, of course, is the Paper Pumpkin. It's called Safari Celebration February 2022. And the first thing I noticed is we're getting more and more information these days on upcoming kits. So we did get a little insert with the kit that is going to be coming for March. And this one, I think, gets me more excited because it's beyond the horizon. There is a beautiful suite in the current mini catalog that has amazing paper called On the Horizon. And this upcoming kit kind of goes along with that. So you can see the artistic style that it coordinates with it. It's going to be one I think I enjoy. If you want this kit, you just need to subscribe by the 10th. And you can do month to month as well. You don't have to commit. You can do a month to month subscription. So on the flip side of that little flyer, I also wanted to share with you, there's information here on the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. And it's pretty timely because as of today, this little must-have machine is on special. It's 20% off. It is a great tool for my craft table because I love the size. I love the weight, the lightweight. I love that it can be on my countertop here while I'm crafting along. I don't have to go over to a different station. I can just pull it over and use as I need. It has some limitations, but overall, this little machine is doing the job for me. It is regularly $60 and it's 20% off, so I think it comes to $48, a great deal, during the month of March. Now, what's not on the flyer that's in the insert is the fact that there will be bundles on special as well. And I see they have mostly pictures of all of the bundles that are on special. And Stampin' Up! Is saying they're 20% off. So when I did the math, it wasn't making sense to me until I realized that 20% is off the original price. So usually when you purchase the bundle, that's the stamp set and the cutting tool, you're already saving 10%. And the sale through March is going to give you a total of 20% off. So if you're doing the math like I am, you're going to see that it looks like more like 10% off, but what they were doing when they show the sale price is combine the savings from the bundle pricing and then the sale price. So all of these bundles are bundles I own. Actually, I should say I don't own the cook set and I don't own the window set. So this might be the time that I go ahead and take the dive and get those. But otherwise, every other bundle I own, I love it. My favorite is the squared up. And we also have, and I can't remember all the names. So lots of flowers, trees, and the sea life, the peaches, all of those are on special during March. All right, so the next, as I'm going through the kit, here are the instruction sheets. I'm going to take a break and take a sip. I haven't had dinner yet, but I have my little hot cup of coffee. It's decaf coffee because it's already late at night for me. All right. So when I look at the insert, this is Safari Celebration, and I can see the cards that are completed as they've been designed. We make 3 of each card, and as I said, this is not my favorite kit. I know I'm going to need some of these juvenile cards just because I have grand nieces and nephews, and it's great to be able to pull a birthday card from my own stash. So I have alternatives that we can use, either the little die cuts or the stamps in the kit. And that's always the beauty of the paper pumpkin, is that exclusive stamp set. All right, so we've got our instructions and the stamp set, and I've already taken mine apart. It's got great sentiments. It's got, you did it, amazing, let's celebrate, you are so you could complete you are so amazing. There's also fantastic, congratulations, happy birthday. There's a nice little yay banner and a sweet cupcake, a small leaf, like a tropical leaf, and some splatter. So it's still a great stamp set, and you can do a lot with the sentiments that are in the stamp set itself. So always I'm looking at the value of the kit with just the stamp set. Now the ink spot we got this month is Rich Razzleberry. I love the color. It's a nice bright color. And you know I'm not going to be using my spot, but this is another great color to add to my collection. And I do save mine. I don't know if I've shown you how I save my ink spots. That's how I can go back and refer to ink spots that you might have in your collection, because I've got a little slot here for each month's spot. And so there was even a month, like back in June, when we got 2 colors. We got Bumblebee and we got Evening Evergreen, which is great because these 2 colors coordinate with tonight's kit. We also got Blackberry Bliss. Let's see, Soft Succulent was our ink spot in September. And so that also coordinates with this kit. And so that's how I like to keep my spots at the ready. They're all organized and I can kind of get a history of what we've had in the past. So Rich Razzleberry, and I see this is not the first time we've got Rich Razzleberry. We all actually received it back in December of 2020. So oh, it's a great color to have. By the way, you can always add some drops from the ink refill if your spot is going dry. So I've showed you our stamp set, I showed you the ink, and let's look at the consumables that we're going to have in the kit. As I said, we're making 3 of each card. So we've got a card base in Fresh Freesia, in Soft Succulent, and in Bumblebee. And looking at them, so I don't know, what do you think? Which color is your favorite from this kit? I like the colors of the kit. The beautiful Fresh Freesia, the Soft Succulent, that Bumblebee, beautiful colors. And the background pattern on the card is like a splatter, so it's a tone-on-tone splatter. What do you think? Are these colors that you would craft with? Do you have a favorite? So we've got our 9 card bases. What I love about the paper pumpkin kits, another thing too, is the envelopes. They always have some stepped up envelopes. These happen to have a little bit of pattern on the outside. And then the inside lining has these safari-like patterns in beautiful colors. We've got Pear Pizzazz, we have Soft Succulent, and we have Bumblebee. And love the envelopes because that means I'm going to have my own pattern paper to work with on my alternative projects. So we've got that, and of course we're going to have 9. We have vellum shapes, and then let's see if I can get myself organized here. We actually received 3 of each one. Scrolling down. So we have a shape that has like a double square or rectangle. And of course we've got 3 of those going on. I love the vellum. It really softens up the card. We have some nice sized circles that have stitching around them. And we have, of course, we have 3 of each one of these shapes. And then we have this other, what is it? A hexagon shape. Really nice. And they're nice generous sizes. So we have 3 of each one. And I'm going to set 1 aside because we're going to be crafting 1 of each style of card. So I'm going to put the rest aside. So carrying on, we also have our die cuts, and we have die cuts to make 3 of each. So the first one is the monkey doing the hula hoop, and you can see I've pulled one because I've already constructed a bonus card. So we have 3 of those images, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that out since I have them. See if I can get myself organized. So what do you think? Did you get this kit? Did you subscribe to get this kit? And what did you think when you saw it? So that's my question for you. Is I know what my opinion is. What's your opinion of the kit? Besides the monkey, we have this, I think he's a deer. He's a very tall deer wearing a safari style print sweater, holding a cupcake. The deer has earrings in his ears. His antlers are holding a banner that says yay. And all of this is in the color scheme of the kit, the Soft Succulent, the Rich Razzleberry, Fresh Freesia, Bumblebee, and then that sweet little yay banner. So we're going to need 1 of those. And put that aside there, and let me put the others off to the side. Then we have this little elephant on roller skates. So sweet little critter, and actually he's the one I like the best. And I'm going to take 1 of the roller skating elephant. There we go. So I have my 3 animal die cuts. We also have 3 sheets of the die cuts with the nice large tropical style leaves in different colors. We've got soft succulent, pear pizzazz, bumblebee, fresh freesia, and we have different styles of leaves. So we have 3 of each one of these leaves. Hence, we're going to be making 3 cards with each one. So I'm just going to leave one of those sheets aside. And then let's see, we also have a sheet of labels in a circle with some little semicircles there. We're going to need those. And actually, I think we just need one of these. We have another sheet of labels with some banners. One's a wider one that's about, looks like maybe 1.25 inches wide, and it's got a little bit of accent with the coordinating colors from the kit. And then we have a longer or wider banner that's a little bit more narrow, and it's bannered at each end. And we have one small pear pizzazz label. There we go. So every kit has our adhesive. That's another great thing about the kit. So this month's kit has the standard size dimensionals, and it has that sheet of mini glue dots. And I think I've mentioned I have come to love these sheets of mini glue dots. At first, when they started using them in the kit, I wasn't so excited because I found them really hard to work with. But with one of my top tools, the Take Your Pick tool, that little piercing tool has helped me manage the mini glue dots. And so now I look forward to getting a supply every month. They go a long ways with me. So that looks like our kit content. So let's get started. I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna get one ready for each one. And there is a fresh freesia card base, a bumblebee card base, and a soft succulent card base. So haven't seen any comments come through. Let me know if you're out there, if you're watching, what you're thinking. Let me know your opinion of this kit. Do you have a favorite color from this kit? Because I love all these colors. I have to say, this bumblebee is a color that's going to be going away with Stampin' Up! At the end of this catalog, which ends in May. The other 2 colors are in colors also, but they are in effect until the year 2023. So soft succulent and fresh freesia are also part of that in color grouping that's more of a fashion color available for a limited time. And then the bumblebee is the color that was available beginning in 2020, and it's going to go out in 2022, this catalog now. So there are my card bases. I think I'm ready to get started. I have my instruction sheet. And let's start off with card number 1. And yay! At least it's my favorite card from the kit. It has my favorite animal that's in the kit, that elephant on roller skates. And so I need the card base that is fresh freesia. So who out there is a subscriber? Are you getting your monthly kit? Are you thinking about getting the monthly kit? I think it's always a good deal for everything you get in the kit. You really can't beat the value. And as I said, once in a while, the cards are not going to be to your style, but it means that you will still have that kind of card style available for your peeps and what they might like. So, all right, so we've got our card base. I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and Paper Pumpkin is all-inclusive. You shouldn't need anything, but there are a couple things that make my life more comfortable when I'm crafting, and one of them is the bone folder, the Take Your Pick tool, and I love my paper snips. And then I also appreciate having my piercing mat, because this is a photopolymer stamp set. It's going to get better results if we have something cushy underneath our paper and our stamp. And then lastly, if I like to bring in my own adhesive, if I don't want to use the glue dots and I want to use the Stampin' Seal, I find I get really good results when I have the silicone mat underneath my paper as well. So those are my extras. You don't need them. Everything you need to create the projects as they're designed is inside the kit itself. You know what? I forgot to mention one more thing that's in the kit, and these are pretty cool. These embellishments, they're very similar to some of the embellishments that are unavailable right now. They are the little pebbles and the white coloring. So even though the others are out of stock, you can still use these to embellish your projects, and you can actually color the little embellishments. You don't have to leave them white. So that's a cool thing too. All right, so let's move some of these things aside and just have ready what I'm going to actually need. So I need my fresh freesia. I need my circle die cut. I'm going to need my elephant die cut. And I need some of the leaves from the sheet. So I need the rich raspberry. It's the largest leaf. I'm going to need the bumblebee. It's one of the smaller ones. And then I need that thin branch that's in Pear Pizzazz. These are pretty easy to pop out. You just have to be gentle with them so you don't rip them. So those are my 3 leaves I need. I'm going to set the others aside because I'll need them for the other projects. Let's see, my label I'm going to use is the wider banner. And I think that's it. Let's move these other things aside before I lose them. There, I think I already lost one. I think it already happened. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to use my directions here for reference, and let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and fold my card base, and I'm using one of my paper pumpkin grids. A while back ago, I put down some measurements on there. So not to be confused, these measurements don't have anything to do with today's projects. All right, so there is my card base. It's actually going to be a horizontal or landscape card with the fold at the top. And what I'm going to need to do, I'm going to need to stamp. So I'm going to bring in my full-size ink pad, the rich raspberry. And I am going to be stamping a little bit of splatter. And I have mounted mine on my own acrylic blocks. The kit does include 1 acrylic block. I like to use my heavier sized ones too. So I'm going to need to stamp some splatter up towards the upper right. And I'm going to stamp my label that says "You are amazing." And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my piercing mat so I don't ruin my label by not getting a good inking. So let me see if I've got my "You are so." I'm going to ink that up in. Let's see if I can bring this aside so you can see my ink. I'm just going to ink that up in rich raspberry, and I'm going to stamp upper area. And I notice that the banner is going to the right. So "You are so." Then I need the word "amazing." And let's see if I've got that mounted already. Yep. And I am going to clean this off. I have been stamping already with it, so I'm just going to use my chamois to wipe that down. Not sure if it was already clean. I don't want to risk it though, because I would get some not pretty colors if I started mixing them. So "You are so amazing." These are photopolymers, so you can see straight through. And I'm just going to stamp down. All right, nice inking there. So let me move my ink pad out of the way, and it's time to assemble. That was easy, right? Just a little bit of stamping. I'm going to bring in my my mini glue dots, and the instructions here tell me what I need. So I need mini glue dots on the vellum, on the leaves, and then I'm going to need dimensionals on the banner and on the elephant. So let's get that set up with our mini glue dots. I'm going to bring in my leaves, and Stampin' Up! Is so detailed. They even show you where you should put the glue dots. So let's follow the directions. On the bigger one, they pretty much want it to go down the middle. And you see how easy these are to pick up with the Take Your Pick tool. I used to struggle when I used my fingernails, and then I realized there's a bit easier way. Okay, right, so, and then I have the tiny narrow branch, and we're just putting the glue dots towards the stem right there. Whoops, that one slipped off to the side. There we go. Okay, so there's my leaves, my elephant, and my banner need dimensionals. So let's see if I can push that aside. Let me keep these together. And I also notice I'm going to need mini glue dots on that sheet of vellum. And I think it's just going to be to secure it down to the card base. So they kind of have it in a staggered pattern there. So hopefully that's right. Let's get our mini glue dots, or sorry, our Stampin' Dimensionals. We're going to put dimensionals. Stampin' Up! Wants us to put a couple towards the head, one on the body, and then one on the leg going back. Okay, then on the banner, we put 4, one in each corner. So there we go. There's all our layers. So let's get started. First, we are going to add the vellum circle. So I'm just going to remove the backing. And this pretty much goes to the left. Let's see. Yep, to the left, pretty much vertically centered. Then I'm going to add my leaves, and looks like I start with the Pear Pizzazz leaf. One little dimensional on the back, and this is kind of peeking off. Then we're going to put down our largest leaf, which is going to be the Rich Razzleberry die cut. And we're putting it off to the side. And then finally, the bumblebee leaf. So if you're there and you have any questions on Paper Pumpkin, like how you subscribe, I can put the link above my videos if you're interested in subscribing. The Paper Pumpkin deadline is always the 10th of the month if you're going to want the current month's kit. And if you are a month-to-month subscriber, you have total control over your subscription. All right, so then I'm going to put my banner on. You can go right into your account and you can skip a month and pick it up at a different time if you don't like the way the kit is sounding, or if you're going to be away and you don't need a kit for whatever reason, you have total control over it. So I'm just trying to get an idea of whereabouts this goes. So I'm going to need my elephant there, and I think I'm going to put this right around there. That's helpful when you have all the elements there. And then the elephant on roller skates, so silly, goes right over here. And there we go. There is card number 1. You are so amazing. A little elephant on roller skates. I guess that's amazing. It would be, right? It's an elephant that weighs tons to be on little wheels. So really cute card. I like the colors on it. It would be a nice congratulations card for an elementary school student, high school student even. Whoa. Excuse me. All right, so let's go on to card number 2. Is going to be the card with that deer critter animal. He is on a card that is soft succulent. So let me get my soft succulent card base. And I'm going to go ahead and fold that down and burnish it down. And this one is going to need, oh, you know what we forgot on the elephant card? I forgot my embellishments, those sweet little pebbles. And those go on easily with the Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to come back in and add these. And this says I should put about 5 on here. So the directions have 2 at the top. One just below the splatter. And then 2 off on the vellum circle just above the tail. All right, so there's our embellishment. See how they coordinate with the little splatter on the background? So really cool. And again, I love that fresh freesia color. What do you think? I like that. Okay, so then let's go over to our deer card. And we need the card base that is soft succulent. We need the card or the vellum that is a hexagon shape. We need 2 leaves. Let's see. I'm gonna need, this time I'm gonna need my deer. I'm trying really hard not to lose anything. There's my deer, and I need 3 leaves. And I need the Pear Pizzazz leaf. I think paper pumpkin should take about an hour to complete if you're just making the kit as designed. So it's a nice relaxing thing. And the other thing too is you can actually do this or craft the kit while you're watching TV or a movie or something. And it's totally portable. So if you're going away for a weekend, it's so easy to just grab the box and everything is there. Don't make the mistake though. If you're a regular subscriber, you need to grab your acrylic block too, because you only get one of those. And that comes at the beginning of your subscription. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my reference there and let's get started. We're gonna do some stamping. We are going to get our splatter, and this time we're splattering in Rich Razzleberry at the lower left. We are going to stamp on the narrow banner. We're going to stamp congratulations. And I do have that mounted on one of my acrylic blocks. Really long word. And I say that because we're going to be using this in one of the bonus projects. So there's congratulations. And I think we're done stamping. So what I'm going to do next is add my adhesive. I'm going to bring in my mini glue dots. And there they are. Okay, so we're going to put 3 towards one side. Again, we're going to put them behind the leaves. Oh, there's another supply of mini glue dots. I have plenty of mini glue dots. Let me put some aside, and I also have a tiny piece on my paper. Okay, so again, up the middle of each leaf. And then on the narrow leaf as well. Then let's see, our deer, and the deer has a little tiny cut that you need to pop out. It's kind of sweet. It's almost like a little heart. So don't toss stuff. You could actually add that to the inside of the card or on just randomly someplace on your card. So the deer needs dimensionals, and we're supposed to put 1 up on the antlers, on the neck, the body, and then down below at the feet. And the banner should have 2 and then 1 over, there we go. And I think we're ready to assemble. I'm going to put my dimensionals out of the way. So let's start off with the vellum hexagon. And of course I'm using my take your pick to get my head is right over the light, so hopefully you can see what's going on. This gets put down to pretty much the center of the card. And then I'm going to put my leaves down, and this time I'm going to start with the fresh freesia leaf. So remember, in this kit, and each kit varies on how many projects you are going to make. This one has 9 full-size cards. All right, so now I'm going to put this lower right, kind of pointing towards the splatter. I'm going to get the narrow leaf, which I already lost. There we go. It's so tiny. Not as tiny as some of the Pun Fun kits were parts. Okay, this one kind of goes at an bending towards the right, just off. And then finally the largest one, the top layer. And it's going to go up towards the top here. There we go. Then we are going to put down our deer that says yay and is holding a cupcake. So I guess it's when you're celebrating, you can have cupcakes like so. And then the banner. Now this would be your prerogative. There are some people that don't like things kind of wonky, and I think in this case I'd rather have it straight across. I'm already deviating from the instructions, but I'm not really, what do you think? Should it be at an angle, or do you like it straight? I'm kind of thinking it's nice straight, and even, you know, maybe around there. I like it straight. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to make an executive decision there. Okay. So there's card number 2. Congratulations from that deer holding a cupcake. I like the colors on the kit. Just I'm not sold on the animals yet, but let me keep working with them. So there's 2 cards so far. So we've got our fresh freesia, we have our soft succulent. Let's keep going with the 3rd card, which is going to be card base of Bumblebee. We need the monkey with the hula hoop. We need that double square vellum. We need the round label, and I think I lost a piece. I did. I think I should have there it is, Pear Pizzazz rectangle. Okay, so this is card number 3. We're going to make it as designed. We are going to be stamping "You Did It" on the circle. So let's see if I have my stamp set. It says "You Did It." I think I did mount it already. I did, and I'm going to put that there for just a second. I'm going to bring in my piercing mat, and we're going to do our stamping. So the "You Did It" goes right across the center of the semicircles there. And right like so. And again, we are going to do the splatter, the lower portion of the card. This is another landscape card with the fold at the top. And I'm just looking for my splatter, which is here. And we're doing it the lower right. And then I need, on my banner, we are going to stamp "Let's Celebrate." And I think I have it on one of these. Yep, here we go. So let's celebrate. You did it. I'm going to get my piercing mat out of the way. And let's assemble. So on the double square, we need glue dots going right down the middle. And again, we need our leaves. So how about you? When you assemble your kit, do you put them together as instructions show, or do you deviate? Do you even make the cards as the kit has designed? I've got 3 leaves. I think I at least try to make one that's as designed to see whether or not I want to make them all that way. In this particular kit, I probably wouldn't make all 9 cards. I'm switching up some of my designs. Some of them are not going to have the animals, but it's nice to have a choice, right? Okay. All right, so let's put these together. Oh, we need to put some dimensionals, and let's see, this one has glue dots. There we go. Glue dots and dimensionals on the circle and on the monkey, and I'm going to kick out that last little piece from the die cut. And we are going to put some dimensionals on this. So 4 on the circle. And then the monkey down at his feet. Let's see if I can push up just a little bit. There we go. And in each muscle, arm muscle, middle of the body. And I think that's good for adhesive. So let's do the assembly. Bring that in. We're going to start with our vellum layer. And let's see, this goes off towards the left, about a ½ inch from the side, right like so. I am going to put on my leaves. I'm going to start with the medium-sized leaf. And this kind of comes flowing down right here. I'm going to go with my larger leaf next, which is soft succulent. And this one goes angled towards the center of the card. And then finally the smaller rich raspberry stem. And it just kind of layers over and goes off to the right. I'm going to put down my hula hooping monkey. So I don't know, is he a monkey or a chimpanzee? I don't know the difference. I think he's a chimpanzee actually. Okay, so then let's see. His feet are flat and he's kind of off here. I'm going to put down my circle with the greeting that says you did it. So like the roller skating elephant, a monkey doing hoops with the hula hoop is something to be celebrated, right? That's the way I see it. Let's celebrate. Okay, and then finally the let's celebrate greeting right through here. All right. And let's do this right below. And there you go. There is the 3rd card. And so if you're creating as suggested by the kit, you're going to have 3 of each of these cards. And they are, I mean, The cards themselves are very crafty. I like the style. I like the way they're laid out. It's just that I think I would have enough of them with the animals to use for youngsters. So let's see what else we can do with the kit. What do you think? Do you have a favorite one here? You know my favorite, right? I love the color and I like the animals. That's my favorite card. I do like the chimpanzee doing hula hoops, so it's hard to say. I like them all. Would I use all of them? I'm going to have them in my stash so that when I am invited to a relative's, a youngster's birthday party that's already ready to go, I don't have to worry about, do I have a card or do I need to whip one up? So let's move on. You might have come just to see my bonus projects, right? So aside from my chatter, so far we've been working on this 45 minutes, but when you're creating, and I just realized I didn't put down my embellishments on the other cards, so forgive me for that. They do have instructions on where those go. So let's see what else I've crafted. So I'm going to start first with that hula hooping monkey, chimpanzee. And I'm not going to create this for you as shown. What I'm going to do is share with you what I've done. Because essentially it's the die cuts. What I have added from my own stash. So let me talk about the layers. First of all, I took one of those envelopes with the bumblebee lining and I sliced it right down each side as far to the fold as I could so I could use that patterned paper. I've got about a 3/4 inch strip that has been adhered to a soft succulent layer that I texturized using the striped 3D embossing folder. So a little bit of texture added on this card. I got the strip from one of the envelopes. Of course, we know where the chimpanzee came from. The cupcake is part of the stamp set. And so I think cupcakes are a great way to celebrate a birthday, even funner when there's a chimpanzee juggling the cupcakes. So what I've done, I stamped the cupcakes and then I actually punched them out with my 1/2 inch circle punch so that I wouldn't have to fussy cut them. So I did 2 of those and then I actually stamped on the large vellum circle. I stamped using Memento Tuxedo Black. And then to get the color on the cupcake, I flipped the vellum over and I colored using ink and one of the blender pens. So that's how I got my color. I have bumblebee ink for the cupcake part and then rich raspberry for the frosting. The happy birthday comes from the stamp set, and that's what I'm always saying. The kit always has a great stamp set. And this one happened to have happy birthday. However, the happy birthday is a very wide sentiment. Let's see if I can show you. And so what I've done, I don't know if you can see this one right here. What I've done is just stamped it once on basic white, and then I just snipped it so that I could stagger the grading. And so that's one of my alternatives. I think I would use this happy birthday card, certainly for a juvenile birthday, maybe even for an older person's birthday, perhaps a male, I'm not sure. But it's good to have these on hand, even though it doesn't suit my style. You never know who you are giving a card to. So that's one of my alternatives. I'm going to put that one aside. And I talked about the elephant. So to me, this little elephant, welcome. And I've used one of my elephant die cuts. I used half of one of those banners, and let me share with you how I did the congrats, because the stamp set itself does not have congrats, it has congratulations. So let me share with you how I did that. And the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that my stamp is clean. So I earlier stamped using rich raspberry. And let's see, I'm going to bring in my small snip of, let's see, I have a tiny piece of banner that was left over. And so you can see it measures just under 2 inches, I think. And let's see if we can fit that on there. So I'm going to start off with some temporary adhesive, and I'm going to put temporary adhesive on the little banner so that it doesn't wiggle around on me. And I'm just going to bring it in right like so. And I'm going to have to bring it in. Yeah, you can still see right here. And what I've done is taken the Tuxedo black ink. First of all, I'm going to make sure my stamp is clean so I don't get any ghosting parts. And I'm going to just ink up the part that says congrat. So just C-O-N-G-R-A-T. And I'm going to push that over as far as I can to the left, just like so. All right, so I've got congrat. I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp again. And I'm just going to use my chamois to get the ink off. And then I'm going to stamp down again to make sure I don't have any residual ink on there. And what I'll do next is go to the end of the congratulations where there is an S and an exclamation mark. And I'm going to just ink up the S and the exclamation mark. So I'm taking congratulations and I'm cutting it down to just congrats. Now here's the hard part for me because I'm over top. It's kind of hard to make sure I'm spot on. Hopefully I did a good job. And it's not bad. Okay, so that's how I got congrats out of the congratulations. And I liked that because the congratulations itself, to me, the banner was overpowering on the card. So what I've done is just take one of the vellum circles, a basic white circle die cut that's 2 3/4 inches. I did a little stamping of the splatter in soft succulent. Then I put down the elephant onto the circle and just adhered him with Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, and I snipped him. You can see I hand snipped the circle here. So this layer is on the vellum with dimensional, so you have a little bit of depth in there. I added the banner that I just created here, just like so. And I even saved the tail that I trimmed off when I cut the circle, and I re-adhered it, or I kind of patched it onto the flat layer here, so you've got some dimension going on. So there's my welcome baby card, congrats. And when you open it up, I did a little bit of decorating here. So we've got yay, banner, let's celebrate. And I took the little roller skates from the elephant and I put them down at the bottom of the card because to me those say baby for some reason. Maybe it's the color. So I now have a baby card that would be great for a baby shower or just welcoming a new baby to the family or to friends. So that, as opposed to using that elephant again on another card. And I did take one of the card bases. So I had a choice. I could either use just a solid fresh freesia card base. You can see it wouldn't have that little tone-on-tone pattern. However, I knew I wasn't going to make all 9 of the cards, so I didn't mind taking one of those cards. And I will probably use the baby card because I do need those once in a while, and I don't make them very often. So there's my second alternative, my bonus project. And the last one that I'm going to share with you is more of an adult card. So you can see there are no animals on this card. What I have done is taken some of the die cuts, the leaf die cuts, to just kind of frame out the sentiment, you are so amazing. So to me, this would be a nice thank you card. And I took 1-inch strips of the envelope paper. And so you don't really need the paper going all the way across. You just need to kind of see 1 inch on each side. So it kind of frames it out. I layered it up so we'd have lots of color. So the card base itself is rich raspberry, and the cool thing is you could put it on any of the colors of the kit that the kit coordinates with, the soft succulent or the bumblebee there. And I stamped on just plain white. So this plain basic white layer measures 4 1/4 by 3, and the soft succulent is 1/8 of an inch bigger, so it'll be 4 3/8 by 3 1/8, and then finally the last layer will be 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. And so that's how we get those multi-layers there to stack up. You can see I did texturize again using the same striped 3D folder. Just gives it more texture, more elements going on. And I have the little twine bow, so it's all kind of natural fibers. And I've used the splatter from the little stamp in this set, and stamped in soft succulent. And if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you have received that soft succulent color in your kit. I think it was a few kits ago, but you should have them on hand if you're saving them the way I do. It's a great way to keep them organized. So when I open up the card, because it's a colored card, I'm going to want a white base so I can write my note. And then I just added about a 1/2 inch strip of that patterned paper that I got from cannibalizing one of those envelopes. So there is my "You Are So Amazing." I think this is perfect for an adult. I've got my baby card as well. And then I have a happy birthday card with that hula hooping chimpanzee juggling. So juggling chimpanzee, that's got to say happy birthday, right? So I've got 3 alternative bonus projects for you in addition to the cards from the kit. You did it. Congratulations. And then of course the "You Are So Amazing." And there is our Paper Pumpkin kit for March. What do you think? Let me know what your opinion was of this kit. Are you having fun with the Paper Pumpkin kits, either making them up as they are designed or adding your own touch to them? These cards are awesome to have on hand so that you never have to run down to the card shop and pay for a card, because heartfelt and handmade is so much better. So I hope you enjoyed my bonus projects. I hope that you are not letting your Paper Pumpkin kits get the best of you. Take an hour to yourself, relax, enjoy putting them together so that you have the cards. Don't let them stack up. Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it in light of the competition I had at this hour. Hopefully next time, which will be April 1st, and it's not April Fool's, it will really be on April 1, and I'm shooting for the 6 o'clock hour because I know in time zones across the states it gets a little bit late if I wait till 7 o'clock my time. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to post a comment, let me know you stopped by, even though you're watching the replay. This will be available over on the YouTube channel as well. So thanks so much for joining me. I will see you Friday for happy hour. I hope you can join me then, 4 o'clock Friday.